Good afternoon and welcome to The Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson and I thank you so very much for joining us today. Truly, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. It is always our honor and our pleasure to come and share with you in the Word of God. Today, we have a special guest. We have Dr. Jacqueline Stevenson, and she is the business partner of Sean Windlass from We Care Services. And today they're going to share some information I think that we all can use, whether it's for ourselves or for our family and friends. So help me welcome Dr. J. Dr. J, you're on.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. Yes, my name is Dr. J. I'm a Florida A&M University alumni at the School of Pharmacy. I'm a retired pharmacist at this time. Today, I would like to have a conversation with you guys about the pandemic. I want to discuss COVID-19. I was looking at the statistics today for Hillsborough County today. Confirmed, we have 373 cases, and we have a total death of 3,581.
Wow.
What I want to ask you guys today, has your family, shall I say, or have your friends been included in that number? How can you prevent this from happening to you and your family members around you? The black population, we have lost at least 73,000 black lives to COVID-19 today. We are 15% of the COVID death toll. Is that something that we would like to continue, or can we do better? A lot of individuals did all the things right to survive. They wore their masks, they got vaccinated, and they were tested. We know vaccinations and booster shots and testing works. We know that. But we also know that people have died preparing themselves for the vaccinations and the boosters, and that's because their body couldn't fight, the vaccine, couldn't fight the virus off. So how can you help yourself with that? I wanted to introduce today to your listeners. I wanted to offer them some helpful things that they can do to try to survive this, this deadly virus. What we can do over the counter. There's a lot of different over-the-counter medications under your doctor's permission. Always seek doctor care, because a lot of people can't take these things that I'm going to discuss with them today. What you guys can do, you can buy your over-the-counter, such as vitamin D. Vitamin D is very helpful in COVID patients. It actually with the from what we've researched, those patients that were admitted into the hospital, they had low vitamin D levels. Those patients were the ones that ended up having severe respiratory failure and passing, because the vitamin D is needed. So strengthen up, get tighter on your vitamin D. You also have vitamin C, which vitamin C helps with cell signaling and cell repair. If your cells are strong, then you can fight off the virus. It also helps with any type of blood clotting or anti-inflammatory problems. So that particular vitamin is excellent as well. I wanted to discuss zinc. Everybody knows about zinc. Zinc has the antiviral activity, which is needed to fight off COVID-19. We also have vitamin D3. It was stated that vitamin D3, those people that had sufficient levels of vitamin D3, they were able to fight off any type of aftermath of having COVID, such as respiratory failure, distress. Remember, it attacks the lungs. So anything that you can do to help you prevent, from that particular aspect is helpful. Aspirin, that one-a-day aspirin. It is the most powerful anti-inflammatory drug that's out there. A lot of people know that their family members, they have heart problems or stroke problems. It's always said to take the one-a-day 81 milligram aspirin. Omega-3 supplements. The lack of omega-3, it will change your cell membrane, composite. Therefore, your body is not healthy. You can't function. Those are the things that are important. So you have your omega-3. Probiotics. A lot of women are into probiotics. It will help boost the immune function. Help also with blood clotting, anti-inflammatory effects. All I'm saying to you today is the things that I have given you. These are cheap over-the-counter, vitamins. You can consult with your physician. Always consult with your physician. As a retired pharmacist, I will tell you that. Those of you who know me that have come to the counters many times and have had a consultation with me, you will always hear me tell you consult with your provider, because some of these medications can interact with your other medications. And we know that a lot of us have a lot of heart problems and hypertension. But my message to you today in reference to the over-the-counter is that you can help yourself. You can help your family member. I have an 87-year-old mother right now that is she's in danger. I mean, it's not COVID, because I do everything that I can to prevent my mother from the virus. But my mother has heart problems and so on, and she's 87. And now that we're fighting, to stay alive, it is important for us to watch our children. Florida has no mask mandate, which I have to keep my personal opinions. But the point is that we're still in this COVID arena. People are dying. Me and my partner, what we are offering is free service. We offer you free COVID testing. You can test every 4 days for free. I mean, for free. What can you do? If this is something, if you're not a vaccinated person, at least test yourself so that you will know what you're bringing into your home. Get your regular testing. This message today is for you to understand. Free. I mean free. There's no cost. All you have to do is just come up to the tent and get your test. We offer you rapid testing. You'll find out right then and there. Or you can do the PCR test, which is more. That test is it's a better test. It has the capabilities of giving you a much the positive antigen there available for you is what will help you to be prepared. It takes up to 3 days. We will have the information emailed to you. All you need to do is just be tested. So my message to you guys today is stop ignoring facts. There are a lot of dead people. There are a lot of sick people, and we need to do better. We need to not worry about what the person in front of you is not doing. We need to protect ourselves, protect our children. We are suffering. Look what COVID has done. COVID has decreased the ability for our children to really advance. A lot of our children did not have the social ability at home to learn, through virtual. A lot of our parents have never even taken algebra or some of the other classes that these kids have had to struggle. So we have set ourselves back with COVID. So we need to just be a lot more vigilant and save our life. My other conversation with you guys today, I'm sorry. I just want to give you all the
That's okay. That's okay. You're doing fine, Dr. J. Let me ask you, I heard you mention coming up to the tent. So do you have a location readily available where you are? And let me just say, she is in Tampa, Florida, that you can share that location where they can get testing from?
Yes. Sean, the information, Sean is the tent person. Sean can provide. She's always basically up. She will go at the Tampa Mall. She does do Tampa Mall. Sean does also. She goes to the church. She has a station at the church. But Sean will be the person to better serve as far as where. I can give your listeners my 877 number, which is very helpful. But Sean is doing it at the church.
Okay, great. Can you go ahead and give that telephone number so that they can call in for additional details?
Yes, ma'am. The telephone number, everyone, is 877-THE-FAMU. Like I said, I'm a Florida A&M graduate, and it's 877-THE-FAMU. The number is going to be 877-843-3268. Once again, 877-843-3268. And the church is Mount Olive Church.
Okay, great. Oh, great. Mount Olive. Okay.
Yes.
All right. For those of you who are just tuning in, you're tuning into The Balance of Life. I'm Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank each and every one of you for tuning in with us today. One thing I'd like to share with you, do not forget to tune in on tomorrow, Fridays at 10 o'clock a.m. for Is There a Word from the Lord with Apostle Naaman Wilson Jr. and Pastor Valerie Wilson of Charity Lighthouse of Faith. We will be sharing details of an upcoming revival that they will host over in Swainsboro, Georgia, May 12th through the 14th. So stay tuned for details for this upcoming revival. And I'm going to bring back in our guest for today, Dr. J. Stevenson. She's sharing some much needed information that we all need about keeping ourselves healthy and informed with COVID-19 going on. The more information that we have, the better that we are. And I'm going to say this, it does us no good to have information if we do not apply it. So take the information, apply it to yourselves, take what works for you so that we can all live a better life. Come back in with me, Dr. J.
Yes, thank you. The other conversation I would like to have with your listeners, the government, as we stated earlier about COVID-19 and what COVID-19 has done to us as the community. What the government has done because of the lack of internet service, phone services that were required during the pandemic, such as a lot of our kids had to go home and be on virtual, and they didn't have computers. They didn't have laptops. We didn't have the connectivity that was needed for your child to actually connect with the schools. A lot of elderly, even younger people do not have cell phones. You would think at this particular time that cell phones has been around and everybody's walking around busy, with something in their hand. That's not the case, because a lot of people lost their jobs and nothing. I mean, you have to pay for these services. Well, what my message to you today is, guys, you need to stay connected. And when I say stay connected, what you need to do today is whenever you see a sales agent, Frontier. We're pushing. Frontier is a part of the Stay Connected. It's called the Affordable Connectivity Program. It's the ACP. This program, the government gave billions of dollars to give you guys free internet service, free cell phones, free tablets. These are the things that the government has done for us to try to bring us back to where we were. You need to be connected. These things are free. It's based on a few different federal assistance programs. If any of your listeners, if they are eligible for SNAP, for Medicaid, for any type of woman, infants, and child WIC, those programs. Also, if you have Social Security, SSI, federal housing, public assistance, or any type of veterans pension and survivors benefit, the free reduced lunch, or if you have Pell Grant. Do you hear me? Listen, you heard me tell you in the introduction, I'm an alumni of Florida A&M. Where are my rattlers out there? Proud. proud, Ms. Ferguson, proud. I want you to understand how many have stood in that line. Pell Grant. If you are a Pell Grant recipient, you can get a free phone. You can get free internet, free tablet, things that you need to help yourself. What I'm offering you today is the opportunity to meet the criteria and to get what is deserving of you. Only one household can get these items. You can't have 3 and 4 phones in a household. You can only have one. But still, it's free. Nothing beats free. So today, my telephone number that I gave you again, that's available for COVID. It's available for free cell phones, free tablets, free internet. Our service that we're working with is Frontier for the internet. Frontier is outstanding for internet service. And we're also working with Boost. So Boost Mobile will give you your phones and so on, but these things are available to you. And I would like to, if possible, I want to give you the church address. The church address for any of these things that I'm talking about, COVID and the free items that the Affordable Connectivity Program is given by the government, you guys can go to Mount Olive Church. The church is located at 1408 Cayuga. That's Cayuga Street. It's off of 40th Street in Tampa.
Okay.
Shauna will be there.
Okay, she just texted me, and she gave me an address of 4008 East Cayuga Street, and that's Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church. That's for the free COVID testing. Also, I have on the broadcast Facebook page, The Balance of Life, as well as my personal Facebook page, and on my Instagram and Tumblr, I have a poster up with the information about the internet and smartphone program that you're talking about. So for our listening audience, if you want to go over to the broadcast Facebook page, The Balance of Life, as well as my personal Facebook page, Elder Angel Ferguson, you will see a copy of the flyer that Dr. J is talking about. Don't miss out on these benefits. And you are absolutely correct. You would think that every household in this day and age has some kind of device, a tablet, laptop, computer, but that's not always the case, because financially, realistically, not everybody can afford it. But this is a great program, and I encourage you, if you qualify, please take advantage of this. And this is another way to keep ourselves informed as to what's going on with information of keeping yourself healthy, staying informed with what's available to you in the news. So take advantage of this program. Back to you, Dr. J.
Yes, listeners, please, the closing message today. We are offering you free service. You didn't hear me ask you for $1. Everything is free. Get your family tested. Test every 4 days if you can. It only takes a few minutes. As I said, 73,000 Black Americans here in the Hillsborough County have passed away due to COVID. You may not think that number is large, but if a person had the ability to live to 100 and they left this earth at 50, 30, because of COVID, you can help your family. That's all I'm asking you to do, is protect your family, protect someone else's family. Be a better person. Be a better person. And take advantage of the free opportunity we are giving you guys with the free internet, free cell phones, free tablets. These things are all free. Just remember, free. I like myself. I love myself, to be honest with you. I'm now wearing the free T-shirts. Everything I wear now says free. Free, because I need you to understand.
Oh, really?
I need you to understand how important this is. You don't know. I have truly invested a lot of money on just making sure that my everyday attire says these services are free. Because I need you to understand. Stop thinking that you don't need this, because you do need this. Because go to the gravesite and see. You need this.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. My parents, which my father, Apostle Naaman Wilson, and my mom is a pastor, they had it the other year. And to be the only one going in to take care of them, making sure that they had, what they needed, to see someone go through that. And it is so important that we take care of ourselves and our loved ones, especially when it hits that close to home. And thank God, God saw them through with what we did, what he led me to do to help them, nurture them back to health. And so keeping myself as well. I would go in their house at 15 minutes at a time. Not long. Go in if I needed to take juice or fruit or homemade soup, making sure that they had what they need, and come out, keeping everything sanitized, because they had stairs. So I would Lysol my way in and Lysol my way out, wiping things down and just looking up the natural things as well, vitamins and things like that they needed to stay healthy. So I appreciate the information that you are sharing today. If you would, please go back over the vitamins.
Yes, ma'am.
Go back over that, because we need that.
Yes, ma'am. listeners, listen, as stated, vitamin D. Get your vitamin D. Get your vitamin C. Get your zinc. Get your vitamin D3. Your omega-3 supplements. Those things and the aspirin, along with the probiotics, those things have been tested. Those things, they protect your body. They build your cells. They keep your cells strong. The zinc, it will fight off viruses. It has the capability of fighting off viruses. As I stated, the vitamin D, it was known in many studies that the patients that went into the hospital suffering from COVID, their body showed a low level vitamin D. Those patients were the ones that suffered. Those patients also were the ones that were at more risk of dying. It extended their COVID, time. So what I'm trying to say to you is that these vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D3, omega-3, those vitamins are very helpful. Those vitamins all help build your immune system, and that's what you have to do. And the aspirin, the key to aspirin is that its anti-inflammatory properties, it will help to decrease the inflammation in your lungs. When you're suffering through COVID, that's what people have problems with. They can't breathe. You need to breathe. Trust me, breathing and vision is so important. You want to make sure that you have nothing to hinder that. So with your doctor, I can only say, you cannot take these things unless you have a consultation with your doctor. It's because some of these medications, some of these over-the-counters can interact with some of your medications. So just consult with your doctor. These things are available for you over-the-counter. And since we're talking about free, a lot of these things are giving to you free monthly with certain medical benefits that you have. They give you these little over-the-counters that you could get, say, $12 free every month. I remember when I was in the pharmacy, I worked in Walgreens, many years ago. I remember people coming monthly with a Mary group, and they could get all of these different free vitamins and so on. Especially everybody was taking advantage of the aspirin. So that's all I'm asking you to do is to just focus with those things, because those things are going to build your body, your immune system. And airborne, I didn't even mention airborne, but airborne was created by a pharmacist. That particular preventative, that drug is so powerful. You can take that drug every single day, but remember what I said, you have to first discuss this with your physician just to make sure. But airborne, if you just take airborne and aspirin, you're good to go, because if you look at the label on airborne, you will see airborne has everything.
Wow. I'm writing that down. I'm going to get me some, because in ministry, we encounter a lot of people. So I think I need to add that to what I take. I definitely do the vitamin C and the vitamin D. And I actually also did some of the elderberry syrup.
That's right. Elderberry is another one. Elderberry is another one that is on the list. I mean, I could have given your listeners, I could have given them many different options, but I know the ones that I discussed. Those are the readily ones available. Definitely. And that's why I just went ahead and jumped to, airborne, because what airborne has, my memory doesn't fail me, airborne has all the vitamin A, vitamin C, it has vitamin E. I know it has the zinc, it has the selenium, and selenium is known to help with thyroid. If your thyroid is underprived, that's going to cause problems. So that has been a part of my drug regimen for many years.
Wow.
For many years, and I hardly ever catch colds. But I am also a person that protects myself. I will wear gloves and I will wash my hands. You've got to stay washing the hands. Listeners, true. Wash your hands. Get that Lysol. Spray your house down. At least do it if you're not a maybe every 3-day person. At least weekly, go around the house and protect your house. Do your doors. You got people coming in and out. You got your kids. Even do your kids' pencils. Do your kids' book bag. If you know what I mean, Lysol is excellent. Why do you think they price gouge with Lysol?
Right.
Because Lysol was found to be very, very, very useful. So you guys do it. Please listen to me.
Great information. Oh, you are more than welcome. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Great information. Let me give the address again for free testing at Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, and this is located in Tampa. The address is 4008 East Cayuga Street. Free COVID testing. And with our listening audience, if you are in another part of the country, another state, and you have some information about free testing in your local state, city, town, you can almost always email us that information at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. Once again, our email address is thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. You can email us that information and we will share it here as well. And also, I just want to make mention, go over to our Facebook page for The Balance of Life, and you will see a flyer for today's broadcast and information about what Dr. J shared today about the Affordable Connectivity Program. You never know. You could qualify. You could be missing out on some things that you have access to. And why miss out, especially if it's for you for free? Now, I'm going to say this. Don't abuse it. Let it do what it needs to do. We always ask and we always pray, Lord, supply my need. We always say, God, you know what I have need of. Well, guess what? He makes provision. It's up for us to go after what he has provided, but do not abuse it. Because if you abuse it, I'm going to tell you spiritually, you will lose it. This is a way that God is providing. Sometimes it's just absolutely free. It doesn't cost us anything but our time and our obedience. And I feel like, you know what? We're going to do a part 2. We're going to welcome Dr. J back again, and we're going to have her partner Sean join us at another time. We're going to check the schedule and see if they could come back. I especially love the health information that you can provide. I'm quite sure with your expertise and your knowledge and your longevity, you have covered quite a bit. And so there is so much I think that you can add and share to our listening audience. Any closing remarks that you'd like to share with us, Dr. J?
The only thing I want to say to you guys is just be responsible. Just be responsible. Just help your fellow person. Just realize that it's not about you, but it's about someone else. Somebody's great-grandmother could have lived to 100. Just please be responsible and take advantage of the free sources that we have offered you today. I mean, we don't have to be crabs. Amen. We can give you something for free without worrying about, is it going to cost me, or what am I going to do with your information? I don't want your information.
Right.
I have no use for your information. So just take advantage of the program. That's all I have to say. And thank you for allowing Sean and I to offer your listeners this information. I really do appreciate it. And Radler, I always got to give a shout out. I love Florida A&M. Radlers, I know we're strong. Help. Please help the community. Thank you, ma'am.
You are more than welcome. It is always our honor and our pleasure to have guests to come in and to just share some valuable information with our listening audience. Once again, you can go over to the broadcast Facebook page and look for the poster for today. Also, if we have any other in the field that would like to share your location of where you're giving free testing for COVID, please feel free to send that information over to thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. And you can always go back and listen to today's broadcast via iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon, just a whole host of platforms, Apple, iTunes, that you can go back and listen to this and gather the information. take heed and listen. Research the information in your city and your town and your state. It's not just in Tampa, Florida. It is across the nations. And you know our motto, we love you without measure simply because we believe in the potential of you. Have a blessed day, everyone, and we'll see you again next week. All right.